Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Airport Update Behind the Scenes, or Behind the Scenes Airport Update Edition. As always, I'm fumbling the start. Anyways, something has arrived here in headquarters, this massive parcel with a lot of materials that I will need for especially landscaping for the land side, but there's also other materials that I will try to explore and see how I can utilize. But yeah, I think maybe put up the plates first and then go through all this. All right, so this is an order I did at a store called Modular. I have bought from them in the past, also for some of my previous projects. They have a lot of materials and stuff like that. I did get a lot of help from Bern International Airport, so shout out to you, Bernie. Thank you very much. That was very helpful. He has been on an episode of the Bongo Cast where we talked about what kind of materials are good for creating terminal buildings and stuff like that. I can recommend you to listen to that if you are in the middle of a project yourself. So I will link to it down below. But yeah, he is also studying architecture, so he's used to, sourcing materials to build stuff. So he helped me out with this order here, which was very kind of him. So let's see what we actually have here. And also, something I think I want to add in this season, basically, of the behind the scenes of Airport Update, is adding prices. Because one question that actually kind of has followed me with all these projects has always been, how much did you spend on this? How much did it cost to make this airport setup or whatever it was I made? And it's never been something I've really kept track of. So apart from plane models, because that's a whole separate thing, that's something also for this setup, something I've been working on already for like 2 years, starting to assemble models that will work for this upcoming setup. But for the setup itself, I will try to keep track of what I've spent and show it in these videos so that we then in the end can go through it all and have like a total price for what did this cost. I don't quite remember what these base plates did cost me, but I should be able to dig it up, so I let it pop up here somewhere in the screen. And this order here with materials, I don't know if there's an invoice. Normally there should be an invoice somewhere. But it was, I think, around 250 euros. But again, the exact amount I will show you somewhere here in the screen. As I said, Modular is the store. They're fairly expensive shipping, but they have very nice materials. So let's just take a look. So I got myself some tools, because tools are super important. This is all sorts of stuff that you can need for building setups. I got myself a new cutter on the recommendation of Bern International Airport. Okay, so this is interesting. I got myself also this, also again with the recommendation of Bern, which will be useful. I already have a metal ruler from my previous projects, so Okay, so here we have, let's see can get it open, yes. Not as big as I had hoped for, but so I want to do a bit of landscaping, so I want to have some hills and stuff like that. And of course some places, well, basically the hills I will build with these kind of foam mats that I've bought here. I probably will need many more, but for now I've bought these. And if you know, like these terrain maps, where you basically show the terrain but like in steps basically, so that's basically how I want to build it. But of course, yeah, real life terrain is more flat or more yeah, less step like. So for that I have also got some kind of what does it call it here, elastic modeling putty, so that I can smooth out some of the edges where needed. I hope to cover up most of the rougher edges, but where it's visible, then I will try to use this stuff. I probably also will need much more of this, but it's a beginning. Something I also will need in large quantities is, let's see if I can get it out. Should have taken a knife with me here. In any case, come on. There we go. Glue. Lots and lots of glue. That will also be super useful. So that's great. Yeah, as I said, I bought these foam boards. I already used some of those for my latest expansion of Philadelphia, and that was quite nice to work with, so I bought a bunch more. And as I said, I will probably need even more, but in any case. Yeah, then I got some cardboard, kind of. Again, on the recommendation of Bern, there is also here underneath some very large pieces of cardboard, but I think they are a bit more, I think they're thinner, so they're less stable. So this is, for example, should be probably quite good if I want to build any buildings for the structure. And this is actually something I've been looking forward to see. This is some funky stuff. Let me see if I can show you here close up. Yeah, some really funky stuff. But I really liked that it had like these edges. I hope you can see it here. It showed blue on the website, but actually for some angles it even gets purple. It's kind of, yeah, it's really funky. But in any case, this is something I intend to maybe use for windows of larger buildings or something like that. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, I bought it. It's very strange, but it's fun, and we will try and see what we can do with that. Let me see. Actually, I'm not sure what this is. I mean, it's cardboard. Might be just packaging material. No, it's not. Oh, it's a bit annoying that it's got damage. Okay, slightly damaged, but that's okay. No, this is also cardboard, but it has, again, maybe I can show you here. Maybe you can see it on the camera. Just about see that it has some small ridges. So that will also look quite nice, for example, for roofing. That could be quite nice. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say I don't remember buying this, but another reflective mat. But these tiles are much bigger than I thought they would be. But okay, hey, we can work with it. Again, I think the camera just shows shiny, but now you can see the tiles. So, but they are much, these tiles, I had actually thought they would be the same size as these. So much smaller, but hey, again, we will work with it. Some funky materials for sure. But I look forward to work with this. Yeah, so I haven't really talked about yet how I want to do all this. Obviously, you've seen I have 2 plates. Now, Auckland Airport in real life has a domestic terminal and an international terminal. And at the moment, I think they have already started construction of a new terminal, which will integrate into the international terminal. And that's where the domestic traffic will be moving over. But that's going to take like a few years. So I've been really struggling to figure out, do I want to do like a real replica of Auckland? Or do I want to do what I have done in the past? Like take a setup, but like give it my own individual twist and take inspiration from the real thing, but just do my own thing. And with the whole thing of making a new terminal and stuff like that, I could make a recreation of the real thing as it is right now, but then within a few years it would be completely outdated, and yeah, I don't like that. So I will just give it my own spin, I think. I have shown you in the last episode the London City terminal that was 3D printed for me, which I very much believe I will be using as my domestic terminal. Slightly change how it's set up, but yeah, using these elements from that. So that I think can be quite cool. And for the rest, yeah, I am still very much undecided. Do I want to have more stuff 3D printed? That will be quite expensive and time consuming, because firstly I need to find someone who can do it to the levels that I would like it to be, and secondly, these people would then also need to have time to actually do it. The alternative is that I build stuff myself. This will look, well, we will see. I mean, I think I have been okay successful with it for Philadelphia, but it's not the same level. So I am still quite undecided, although at the moment, because it would be not easier, but definitely I think quicker, is building stuff myself and then add stuff into it. Because for example, for the land side, there will be some stuff that I want to add. And there I definitely considered picking up some things here and there. But yeah, I think it will at the end be a mix of things that I've built myself, things that have been 3D printed from various people. So yeah, and hopefully in the end it will be a nice setup. But yeah, this is really the very beginning now. Now we have a bunch of materials. I of course still have leftovers from my previous project, which I will add into it. For those, I can't really give you prices because it's too long ago that I bought it, and yeah, it's just leftovers. But for all the new stuff, I will try to add the price tag in these videos so that we can keep track of what this project actually ends up costing us. So yeah, 2 base plates, plenty of space, and yeah, pretty much as it is right now. So these 2 plates, not quite aligned, just next to each other. I think that is the setup more or less that I am going for with these plates. That will be my goal more or less. Maybe not, maybe a little bit further back, but yeah, more or less something like this. That is my idea for now. I have of course already been drawing a little bit on one of these plates, trying to figure out a setup. So yeah, still plenty of things to take care of. We'll continue in another episode of Behind the Scenes Airport Update.